Hello everybody.
Hello.
Hi guys. Welcome back to our channel. This is Eric and Marie. Oh, that's the designer outlet my friend was talking about. Girls, see, there's a designer outlet there. We need to come. York designer outlet. So we're in York for the first time to spend the day here. Obviously, it's my birthday today. Ta-da! What activities are we doing, Odo?
So we'll start off with a sightseeing.
Sorry, Eric's got a bit of a cold.
I've got a cold, so my voice is a bit croaky. I know we'll start off with sightseeing. We'll go on the city bus, city sightseeing tour bus, and that will take us around the whole city first of all, before we alight and try individual spots of interest to us. So that's the plan for the day, and we'll take you along with us.
Cool.
So make sure you stay all the way through and watch it to the end.
And please subscribe to our channel if you haven't subscribed. Don't just watch and go. It's not fair on us. We're doing our best to give you guys all this content.
Yeah.
The most or the least you can also do for us is to subscribe to the channel. So please subscribe.
So welcome back to our channel. We just went to the car parking to park our car, and we are now walking over to Exhibition Square. We'll be picking up the sightseeing bus to continue with our tour, and yes, come with us. So we've just signed into the city sightseeing tour bus, and we've now got our tickets. And another guy tried to sell us his tickets as well, and I said, no, I've already got one. I bought it online. So what he said is, get another ticket for next year. That's an interesting one. But hey, we've got two competitors over there. Blue ones are another company, and then the red one is the one that we went for, the sightseeing one. And we've now got our ticket. So that's the map that we'll be using, and it will take about an hour to go all the way round it. But it's a hop-on bus, hop-off bus, and therefore you can actually hop off whenever you want, and then you can also hop on when you're ready. So that's the good thing about it, whenever you want. I think it's coming, so we're going to see it now. That's the bus.
So here we are at number 1 on your map. This is Exhibition Square. So called because in 1879 there was a fine arts exhibition here, and people travelled from all across the north of England to come and see the art on display. As its legacy, we now have York Art Gallery. York Art Gallery is free. It's also a centre of ceramic arts. So if you do like pottery, you're bound to find something of interest in there. It's not open on Mondays and Tuesdays. Just over your left-hand shoulder, behind all those luscious trees, we have King's Manor. That originally would have been the oldest part of that building would have been the Abbot's house. Because just behind that lays the ruins of St Mary's Abbey.
So we've just boarded the tour bus, so we just started our journey. It's a hop-on, hop-off bus, and it will take about one whole hour to do the whole tour, as I showed you in the map earlier. So we'll do the strategy that we normally use when we travel out or when we go to a different place that we don't know and we're doing sightseeing, is that we do the whole tour first and then we hop off at places of interest.
That's right. So they call it a panoramic view. We're doing
That's
a
right.
panoramic view of York.
We will be following the line of the city walls today. We'll be having a look at who's had a hand in shaping
But right now we're just
them.
going
So that goes
to
right
listen to the
back
lady
to
tell us all the
71
history.
AD.
Just
But the fortress originally would have been built in wood, and it would have been built to a grid pattern. Every fortress resembled each other fortress. Whenever the Romans built a city or a fortress, it was always on a river, and York was unique in having two rivers, and that gave them excellent defences on both sides. The Romans sourced the stone for the building of their walls from nearby Tadcaster, which is about 12 miles away. And they had to bring that stone up two rivers to get it here, which again, and this round tower is a Victorian romanticism. It would originally have been a square Roman tower. So you can see that our walls are quite high up. Underneath that grassy embankment would have been the stone Roman wall, and on top of that the earthworks put there by the admirals, the Saxons and the Vikings. And it was between the 12 and 1400s that the line of the city walls was extended and put on top of that embankment, and then refurbished again in the 1800s. We've now got a lovely view of York Minster. York Minster's full name is the Cathedral and Metropolitical Church of St. Peter of York. This is the fifth church to be built on that site, and is 1/10 of a mile long. It was deliberately built to be longer than Canterbury Cathedral. It has 128 pillars, which contain half of the medieval law, from Genesis through to Revelation. And that took one man, John Gordon from Coventry, just 3 years. So as we turn to the left now, look to your right, and look at Monk Bar. This is the tallest and strongest of our 4 bar entrances into the city. It is 4 stories, each of which can be defended on its own, and it has little stone men on the top, threatening to throw stone boulders down upon you. They are known as the Wild Men of York. But Monk Bar is known as the only of our 4 bar entrances to have a working portcullis. If they don't appear to go back up again, and that's because at this stage in our city walls we didn't have a stone defence, we had a watery defence. So the river up in front, it was there that William the Conqueror dammed the River Foss to form a large lake that was 400 metres wide and 1/4 of a mile long. And that served as an impenetrable barrier for people hoping to get into York. At St. Cuthbert's Church, coming through just on this side, there are 2 doors, the smaller of which is known as a devil's door. And it was believed in medieval times that when you baptised your baby, you welcomed the baby to God, you banished the devil from their body. So that door was always left open during a baptism, so the devil could find his own way out of the building afterwards. Many churches across the south of England have had such doors, but most of them have had them blocked up because they no longer want to be associated with such superstitious nonsense. Coming up next on your left-hand side, there's the 14th century timber frame building. It's one of York's most haunted homes. You can see a black cat crawling up the outside by the mountain way. So this is a very atmospheric pub if you look at it somewhere from later. It has scanning stairs, panelled walls and tapestries. Also said to house 3 ghostly inhabitants, and they include an impatient man in a bowler hat, a sad lady staring into the fire, and a pair of disembodied legs going up the stairs from landlord's quarters, which gives down the street. The right side of the street was Gatter. Over time, Gatter became Gate, and York has over 30 streets ending in the word gate. So when you're looking at pictures, display their meat in a large, wide windowsill in the front of their shop. That windowsill was known as a flesher mill. Flesh meant meat and shammel meant shell. And it's that word shammel that over time becomes shambles. Fake as well, so definitely worth remembering. So the shambles up here, look at those overhanging of the stories, and up here we can reflect the meat of the windowsill from the page. And the golden fleece on the left. Coming up now in Kent, All Saints Church. All Saints Church dates right back to the 1400s, and if you look up to the top, you'll see that instead of a spire, it has a lantern tower. And that lantern tower has served an important purpose dating all the way back to the 1400s, was originally lit every evening to guide people home through the forest on dog trains. The forest lay to the north of the city, so you could access it through a week. Your ticket is valid for a year, so if you buy it today, then next time you can go again. On your left hand side now, York Crown Court. This is where the tougher cases in the city are dealt with, and the windows that barred other holding cells. All around this corner would have been the Bailey Wall that adjoined the castle, and just now on the left hand side you can see the only remaining section of that 14th century Bailey Wall. How intimidating that would have been to people approaching the city of York, how well protected our castle was. We're now going over the Foss, the smaller of Yorkshire rivers. This building on your left is Craignail Mill. That was brought brick by brick in the 1960s for the Norfolk War. We're now going to go around Fishergate Postern Tower. A postern tower is a side or back entrance to the city walls. The word postern comes from the French, meaning back, and it's from where we get the word posterior. So if you have a look at the sticky out, which on the side, just here on your right, that would have been a toilet or a garderobe. It would have said linear posterior over its time and deposited its contents into the King's Fish Pool down. We rode from London to York on Black Bess in just one night. But that was all fiction. He was in fact the son of an Essex butcher, a burglar and a horse thief. And he fled to Yorkshire because he wanted to murder his hometown in Essex. And from here he wrote to his brother, but he used the assumed name which he been using on the John Harvey. We are now on Moorgate. This is the longest street within the city walls, and it's known as the Irish Quarter. That's because after the horrors of the Irish potato famine in the 18th, you can sit at the top at the coffee shop. So we're now picking up the line of the city walls, and you can see that the ditch at the base of the walls has been filled in and levelled out. And that's because this whole area for 150 years was York's cattle market. So this whole area was cattle pens. Prior to the 1820s, the cattle were herded, traded and slaughtered within the city walls, and that soon became chaotic and unhygienic. So from the 1820s to the 1970s, this whole area up in front was cattle pens. We even had a railway line bringing the cattle up from the train station. Market day was held just once a week, and farmers would travel from right across Yorkshire to come and trade their animals here. And there could be as many as 7,000 animals on market day. And apparently escapees were quite common. They would often end up in the back of somebody's backyard or even go right through their window and into the lounge. So it was only in the 1970s when the cattle market moved to our outer ring road that this area on your left was developed and became known as York's Barbican Centre, named after the Barbican Centre that the Barbican just considered. To the left you'll be able to see the cross barrier, which is lowered when the river is high. So the future river settlement beachway, you can see why the Romans chose to build their fortress in that beachway. The rivers would have been something like 30 feet deeper than they now are, and so the fortress would have been built on a bit of higher land, higher by comparison. But you can also see why York is so susceptible to flooding. the York tends to flood 2 days after the rain in the hills. If you look at this little tower on your right hand side now, this is an independent coffee shop over 3 stories, but it used to house the mechanism for the opening of this bridge, which used to open to let the ships through. They brought goods from the Humber estuary on your left hand side and deposited them at King Strait and Queen Strait on your right hand side. And that was how most goods entered the city prior to the railways in the 1840s. The last time this bridge opened was in 1975. But now most of our river traffic consists of cruises, hire boats and the occasional paddleboarder, but we have seen lots of boats coming up from the marina today. On your left hand side now, this hill, we're now on Nunnery Lane. So called because there used to be a convent at each end of this lane. And they resemble the fact the station itself is built on a curve, otherwise the trains would end up in the river. This is York's second railway station. If you look to your right-hand side, you'll see where York's former railway station was, within the city walls. So from 1831 until 1877, the trains had to go through those arches put into the walls and reverse back out again. As you can imagine, that became rather chaotic by the time we got to 70 trains a day. And you can even see the city deposits that those steam trains have left behind. So we needed a through station. And this station on the left was completed in 1877, and at that time it was the largest railway station in the world, with 13 separate platforms. And you can see that it was built at the same time as the hotel up in front, and of the same stone and by the same architect, Thomas Prosser. And that was because York was, and still is, an important stopping off point for people travelling up and down the country. York is halfway between London and Edinburgh, and many people like to break their journey time here. Afternoon tea is award-winning. If you ever get the chance to go in, have a look in the basement where the vault is. It's bigger than my living room. And have a look at the first floor corridors, because they are truly magnificent. And it is next to one of York's newer hotels, the Malmaison, which looks like it's converted from a former office block, because that's exactly what it is. But the Malmaison does have one thing that the Grand doesn't have, and that is a rooftop cocktail terrace garden, which I understand is so popular in summer you have to book a slot. You need deep pockets. We're now going to go over Lendal Bridge. This bridge was created by the same man who made Westminster Bridge in London, Thomas Page. And if you look at the ironwork, you might notice some similarities. So we've got 4 stone towers on this bridge. The 2 on the left originally served as defensive targets. Across the river between the 2 towers. And that was to stop boats arriving in the city. The 2 on your right hand side were built 1231 years after the base of this bridge. You please know that 3 of those small towers are now independent coffee shops. York is very good at making use of this form of differentiation. Maybe on the left-hand side now, York Museum Gardens. And there you can find the ruins of St Mary's Abbey, squares, a birds of prey and small centre, and the Yorkshire Museum. The Yorkshire Museum houses many Roman artefacts and also has a dinosaur exhibition. It's not open on Mondays and Tuesdays. On here we've got a lovely view of York Minster. York Minster was the 5th church to be built on that site, and it is the largest cathedral, Northern Gothic cathedral in Northern Europe. And it has its own team of glaziers and its own team of stonemasons. And for that reason, they do say that it costs £20,000 a day to keep York Minster open. So they do charge, but you'll be pleased to know your ticket is valid for a year. So if you buy it today, then next time you can go again for free. Or you can go to Evensong, which is about 5:15 or 5:30. York Minster is the only cathedral to have an accredited museum, and the museum is in the Undercroft, and there you can learn much more about the Romans. And you can see some very impressive civil engineering of how the building was saved in the 1970s as well. The window which we can see from here is the west window, and it's known as the Heart of Yorkshire window because of that heart shape at the top. and there is a little legend behind it. Rumour has it that if you kiss your loved one beneath it, you will stay together forever. And an enterprising local jeweller has made that heart shape into a range of silver jewellery. You can buy it as either a pendant or a pair of earrings. You may notice at the bottom of your instrument the scaffolding. Behind that scaffolding and that screen walks a team of stonemasons are hard at work creating a statue of Queen Elizabeth. And it is going to go, in fact, we really put a look at you in that tiny little alcove just below the great west window. You see a little alcove just above the scaffolding. So that's, I thought it was going to go up to the Jubilee, but it might not be until later in the year. But it might well be quite low key because at the moment statues are not very popular. On your right hand side we have your visitor information centre, and in there they can help you with probably different